People are constantly asking me about my test bench, and in this video I'm going to tell you what test bench I'm using, what I like about it and what I dislike about it. So the test bench looks like this, and you can install M80X and ATX motherboards, and in general it is working fine, but lately I am not using it, I'm using another one, and about that one I will make another video. So what's the problem with this test bench? The biggest problem is mounting of the motherboard. To mount the motherboard you need to perfectly align these screws behind the motherboard, and it is not possible to do that. There is a standard where ATX or M80X screws are supposed to be located, but because this mounting mechanism is locked inside here with this screw, when you're screwing or unscrewing this screw, this entire piece is slightly moving up and down, and in the end you have completely misaligned this mounting mechanism under the motherboard. So my solution for this problem is to just keep them loose so I can move it a bit back and forth when I need to install the motherboard and align it during the motherboard installation. This is obviously very annoying because I cannot just remove the motherboard and install another one. I always need to realign it. Another big problem is quality of the small items. For example, this acrylic part is very weak. I have two such test benches, and in one of them this acrylic part just broke off after some push over here. These small pieces are also pretty bad and they are falling off all the time, and once it falls off you have sharp edges over here. It can scratch any possible surface, and you can also cut your fingers if you're not careful enough. It might be worth it to try to glue it in. The power supply holder is also pretty bad. The power supply is only held with this acrylic piece and with only these two bolts or two nuts. And when you move it somewhere, you cannot hold it by the power supply because it will probably just break off. You always need to be careful to do not apply too much load on this acrylic piece. Then the expansion card's installation. As you can see here, it is not really possible to align it properly fine, and if I put it right into the place where it's supposed to be, HDMI cable is no longer fitting in here because this column is too close to the HDMI port, and it is preventing me from installing the HDMI cable into the graphics card. It is very annoying. It gets even more annoying when you need to install these giant DVI cables. But it works if you unscrew or slightly loosen these screws and try to realign the acrylic piece underneath once you have already installed HDMI cable inside. The quality of the thread on this top is also pretty bad. For example, after using this part many times, I have completely destroyed the thread, and now let me try to focus. I can just put it on top and remove it like this, so it is not possible to secure it because the thread is basically dead there. So all in all, it was a good test bench at the beginning of my YouTube channel, but right now I don't use or almost don't use it anymore because of these inconveniences. My test bench I have bought on Amazon, but it's also available on AliExpress, and if you just need a one-time solution for an open-air test bench for a computer, it's fine, but if you plan to use it every day, I would suggest to stay away from it.